Good morning. Welcome back to the live stream. Hey, Robert. Hey, Acquisti. Good morning, guys. You guys are having a fantastic day so far. I think both of you are ahead of time for me. You are in Europe, right? Acquisti, I know you're in Italy. I don't know, Robert, where are you? In the world. All right, so we're here. Mr. Green, where did I get the steering wheel? I got at the junkyard, my friend. You know those junkyards called pick and pull? You go to the junkyard and you pull your own parts. Hey, that 190s Toyota. Welcome back. Alright, so let's get started. I know I delivered this boat yesterday here, which is probably not here anymore. I restarted the game. And it's a very gray day here in Italy. We're in Italy somewhere. Where are we in Italy? Let's see. World map. Oh, we are in Cagliari. Yeah, there is so much to discover here. Not even funny. So let's get going. Let's start finding out new places. I haven't been in many places, but I've found some places that I have been. Well, we need to find a job. Let's go to the freight market. Yes, I am, Acquisti. I am in Florida. I am in Florida. I'm not in Mexico. And I'm not Mexican. I'm Brazilian. There's a big difference. 2,000 miles of difference. So let's see. We got a job starting from Barcelona. No, we're not gonna get there on time. Let's start from here. Ooh, not much. We could go. Oh, that's France? Officially, I did not know that. I'm gonna learn a lot of geography here. I don't want to keep doing this trip here. Let's find something else. A lot of ferry involved here. We'll take this one because I want to start exploring this part of the world. France, northern Italy, Switzerland. But I gotta start going up there, otherwise I can't. Can I go to Luxembourg? I don't think so, no. The only places I can go so far, at least from, the game's point of view, is the little big dots. That's where I discovered the cities that I have been so far. You see, all the little dots are places I could go, but I can't go. See, Luxembourg is right here. So I could, in theory, go, but I haven't discovered it yet. So I gotta find a job that takes me up there. So I think what we'll do is we'll go to Marseille in France, and then from here we'll see if we can find another job up there. Have I ever been driving in Sweden? No, I have not. Not in real life, not even in the game yet. Which wheelbase is the wheel connected to, Con? It's a Fanatec Club Sport DT with 12 Newton meters. Hey, I follow back in 2 hours. What's up, man? So let's get going. Let's start the truck. So first starts the electricity and then we start the truck. There we go. Truck started. Let's get the parking brake off. And let's make sure today we don't miss our turns. Yesterday I kept missing exits. Hey, Itchy, how you doing, mate? How was your day? Yesterday, I had a meeting, and I saw you were live, and I was like, I'm gonna connect it, and then you disconnected. Is this from an actual car? Yes, Victor, it is from a Volvo S60R. Have I ever been to Europe in real life? I have landed once in Swiss. So I went to Russia in 2018 for the World Cup, and I just landed in Switzerland. Yes. So I landed there, spent a couple hours, and then got on a flight to Moscow. Moskva. Thank you, Victor. Thank you, man. Hey, Lynn FC1. How you doing? Do you play TMP? I have not played the multiplayer yet, Marcus. Where am I driving to? I am driving... Now I'm gonna get a cargo here, and then I'm gonna drive all the way to Marseille, France. How much was everything? Usually, Victor, saying how much everything costed doesn't help much, but I can tell you exactly how much the part that makes the simulator special cost. So, the part that makes the simulator special, which is the car, that was about $300 in car parts, and another $400 in hardware, electronics, you know, all that kind of stuff. Thank you for the follow, Soma. As soon as they allow me, Marcus. So, you see, in other games, I can make the map show here, but American Truck Simulator doesn't let the GPS show there. I can have the map, which is showing where I am, but that doesn't help. I want to see my route planner, and unfortunately, they're still working on it. There's a guy that's making a mod. That mod is pretty cool, so it allows you to use a tablet or a phone to display the real map, the GPS from the game, but unfortunately it's not available yet. What wheelbase do I have, Ronnie? It's a Fanatec Club Sport DD with 12 Newton meters. Yes, Victor, a lot of people think it's a lot more expensive, and it's not that expensive. I mean, obviously, you got to be willing to do the work, right? You got to go to the junkyard, you got to pull the parts, you got to buy the wood, you got to build it up. I have a tutorial on my channel, so if you go to the red app with the play button in the center, you'll find a tutorial going step by step on how to make this. And you'll find instructions, but it's not hard. And I'm working on making a tutorial on teaching you guys how to do the electronics as well, because all the buttons here work. So I can click around and just move things. I can use the hazard lights. Everything works. I will, Acquisti. I will. Eventually I will. It's just that I haven't had much time to explore, like play outside live streaming. I am on a home project here at home where I am installing a new floor in my house, and it's just been consuming all my late night hours. So after work I've been doing this, but that doesn't help a lot with exploration. That's a very good question, Zilds. Why is head so right? So the rev is not so high. The rev is calculated. It's calibrated to a gasoline car. So this is a gasoline gauge cluster, right? So the tachometer goes to 8,000 RPMs. As you know, diesel trucks don't go as high. So what happens is 2,000 RPMs in this simulator, it's calculated to, at least in this game, to equal 7,500. So whenever I'm at 7,500 RPMs, I am at around 2,000 RPMs. What was that? Did I get a ticket? No, it was just a Oh, I know what that is. I've been getting that sound. And that sound means they processed my loan. Because I had to borrow money to get the truck. Yeah, you see, Zilds. If I would have the tachometer to display the actual RPM numbers, like precise, I can. But it would be just like moving from 600 RPMs to 2000. And the needle would be just doing this all the time. And people would be asking, why doesn't your needle move a lot? But, and to me, at the end, is the only problem is that I can't see the movement, meaning if I see my needle going near the red zone, I know I have to shift gears, right? So it's better to me, like with the corner of my eye, seeing the needle moving all the way up, so I know when to shift gears. How do you get the interior for the Volvo and the BMW, eh? So I just went to the junkyard and bought the parts. You pull it and you just rebuild it inside, indoors. Am I using a PC to power everything? No, I do have power bricks everywhere here. I have like about 5 or 6 of them. How do you get the, is there any vibration on the wheel or not? Yes. As you can see, hands not on the steering wheel, vibrating. And the reason why it's vibrating, it's the truck. And I do have 12 Newton meters of force here. ETS, my friend Jojo. Finally, after so many requests, I am playing ETS 2. Alright, so let's get the freight market here. There was a freight going to Marseille in France. So we're going to France, and the reason is I want to start exploring this part of the map. I don't have anything there yet. There it is. Alright. And today I wondered, you guys can hear the truck, right? Because the other day you guys couldn't. This is a new game to me, and I forgot to set up the sound. And people were like, why can't we hear the truck? And I was like, yeah, of course you can. And then I found out that I didn't set it up. Alright, so here it is. This is our trailer we're gonna take to France. How does one make this setup? So you can find a tutorial on my channel. And my channel is the same name as you see here on the red app with the play button. Unfortunately, I can't say the names because, you know, TikTok gets kind of sensitive. Well, thank you, eh? Awesome. Open up the turn here. This is one thing I noticed driving. I was driving a lot of ATS, which is the American Truck Simulator. And now I've been driving the European version. So everything's closer together, it's tighter. Poor truck drivers. Hey Austin, what's up, man? Which one do I like more? I think it's still early for me to judge which one I like more. I'm enjoying both, to be honest. Well, the thing is, first, let's set this record straight. The game is the same. It's just a map. That's different. It's the same physics. It's the same engine that's running. I think kind of, you know, traffic and everything's pretty much the same. What changes is this scenery. I am in Italy right now. I see an Alfa Romeo. I don't see a lot of Alfa Romeos in the US. I can't turn right on a red light. So there's a few small differences. But mostly it's the same. So far, I prefer American Truck Simulator for the only reason that is the speed limit is a little faster. We can drive a little faster here in the US in most places. Whereas here in Italy, I have to keep myself, you know, under control sometimes with the speed limit. But it is what it is. It's just different. Yes, the miles to an empty tank is in fact accurate to the game. The only thing I don't understand yet, in American Truck Simulator, it sets a number and it kind of sticks to it. And it works, obviously, like it goes down as it should and everything is working fine. But here in Euro Truck Simulator, it kind of fluctuates a little more. But it's supposed to be accurate, and whatever the game sends to the dashboard, to the cluster, that's what's going to be displayed there. Yeah, eventually I'll install some mods. I'm just, you know, getting my toes wet here with the game. Yeah, ATS allows you to go a little faster. And it's not that I want to race, but it's just, come on. We could add a few more, you know, kilometers an hour here. Hey, Lewins, you're not late, man. I just started. What, about 18 minutes ago? Didn't miss much. Hey, Gabe. Thank you, man. Yeah, jobs feel quicker, even though they're, like, farther sometimes. I don't know if that's... I thought it was just me, but maybe if you're saying this, you also agree with me. And also, I think it's a lot easier to make money there. Like, every job will give you like $100,000 or something. Here you get like 8,000 euros and that's it. Hey, Yusuf. Like right now, the speed limit is 50 miles an hour here. I think it's 70, 80, and 80 kilometers an hour. I changed to miles. I'm ashamed to admit, but just because my gauge cluster, the big numbers are miles per hour. I do have the kilometers per hour, but then I have to look at the small numbers, and I'm just used to look at the big ones. Hey Gabe, how did you get my setup? I went to the junkyard and pulled the parts myself, but you can learn today how to make one. I do have a tutorial on the red app with the play button. Face review? You wanted me to review my face? Okay, I can review my face. I think I am a pretty average guy with a regular face. I wouldn't give myself a 10, but I wouldn't give myself any lower than 7 out of 10. Yeah, I also love truck games, man. They're so chill. Like, I can play for hours and just chill here while, you know, driving around, looking at the scenery, being in places I've never been before. That's fun. Oh, that's fine. Thank you for leaving the live stream on. That helps a lot, you know. Every view counts, man. Every view counts when you're trying to grow on red app with the play button. How much is your setup? So I spent about $300 in car parts and another $400 or so in hardware. Hardware meaning, you know, wood, metal, carpet, Arduinos, the LCD screen right there, that kind of stuff. Can you imagine, Pefek, if I could just be driving a real truck like this, seeing like the real world image outside and just be driving at home? That'd be fun. That's true. That is true. Speed limit change? No. That guy just slowed down, I guess. Let's not miss exits today, because yesterday I was missing exits, and oh man, I had to drive for so long in one of the deliveries. It was ridiculous. Can I go faster? Yes, I can. Will I? No, I won't. I'm trying to respect the speed limit because I'm trying to earn some money in the game, and if I keep going over the speed limit, means I get tickets, and I don't want to get tickets. speed limit is 50 miles an hour here, about 80 kilometers an hour, so that's what I'm trying to, you know, hover at around. Oops. I'm a little over 50 miles an hour right now, so I'm going a little bit over the speed limit. Anastasios, how did I make the speedometer work along with the game? So that's a good question, and it's an involving answer, but you need an Arduino or an ESP32. You need a CAN bus shield or something to communicate with the gauge cluster, and then you need to code whatever the car understands as its language, which is CAN bus, to send the data. And then you connect to a computer app called SimHub. This app will help you fetch the data from the game and then send it over to the gauge cluster. Essentially, that's how it works. Now, there are several tutorials on the red app with the play button that will help you install depending on the model of car you're looking for. Like if you want a Volvo, there's a very good tutorial by a guy named Andy. And that's the guy I followed to get this gauge cluster working in the beginning. And then I changed the code a little bit. I improved a little. I added a few more things, but, you know. I know, Aquisti, you could install a mod just to kind of like, you know, boost your money income, but I just like to do it like, you know, for real. Is my dream job to become a driver? No, that's not my dream job. That's my hobby, man. How did I get the setup? I went to the junkyard and I bought the parts. Thank you, Colton, for the follow, man. Thank you, Husa, for the follow. Hey, Car Hub, welcome back, man. How you doing? Can you play me music? There's music playing. You can get the volume a little higher. Maybe it's too low. Is the car AI in this game good? I mean, it's just traffic. They're not great. They're not awful. They make mistakes, but not as often, I think, as in real life. But it's fun. They don't drive that realistically. No, I don't think so. I think in real life people drive a little bit more crazy than here in the game. Does everything work? Yes, every single button, you know, knob, everything you see here does work. Like I can press any button here and they will do things. Everything. Thank you, Gabe. Thank you, man. Brandon, chilling at 6,000 RPMs. No, it's more like 1,500. This is calibrated to work with a gasoline tachometer. So 2,000 RPMs in the truck means 7,500 RPMs here. So that's why I'm not like concerned about the RPMs. You wonder how fun it would be to drive BeamNG Drive. Yes, it's a lot of fun, man. I love it. It's one of my favorite games. I do have a few videos playing BeamNG Drive. Thank you for the follow, Barcelona. So yes, even the air conditioning buttons work. So as you can see here, I can press and change, but there's no air coming out of the vent. And the reason is I don't need it. I am inside my home office, and in my home office, I have an AC vent blowing air right on my face here. Thank you, man. Thank you, free my bro. This guy just brake checked me. See, that's the kind of thing that people do in real life. How good is the steering input? Is it laggy or the response good? It's perfect, man. It's as good as a Fanatec is. There is no reason why it would have more lag or you know, worse response than in any other simulator. It's perfect. I do have 12 meters and I have to tone it down a little bit, otherwise it's too heavy. How did you even connect everything? So there's a mix of things. I am using Arduinos for the buttons, and the wheelbase, for instance, just a USB input. But it's not that complicated. I'm making a tutorial for the electronics as well. Could you do a live stream on BeamNG? Yes, I'll try to do that one day. Do you work as well? Yes, it's perfectly working. And the miles to an empty tank is also working. And in case you guys are wondering why I look left and right, it's because there are 3 TVs here. I can see the rear view mirrors on the side as well. What wheelbase it is? It's a Fanatec Club Sport DD with the 12 Newton meters. Oh, the road ends there, but I think I have to turn here. In Barco Course. Everything seems so tight here in Europe, man. When you used to sit in the back of a car hours heading to vacation, that's fun, man. Those are great memories. I bet there's great memories from vacations and doing road trips. I love road trips too, man. I am already, Fabe. I am on that app you just mentioned and also on the Purple app. Alright, so I know I have to go down up here to go then there. So I gotta go to Barcelona. Yeah, Barcelona. Free my bro, I'm confused. You're in your car from playing the game? No, I am in my home office, my friend. Is there a library to communicate with the dash display, the miles to an empty? It's not a library, real joke. It's there's the codes that you need to put there that come from what? Does he? Oh, it wants me to come back around because I need to take the ferry again. Ooh, didn't look left. Almost crashed. So David, stop spamming. I will block you, sir. So you have to use SimHub. SimHub gets the game data and sends it over to my cluster. Have I tried Truckers MP? No, I have not yet, Jeremiah. Was it hard to code the sim? The only thing I had to code here were the Arduinos, because the gauge clusters, there's a code already available on the internet. And I use ChatGPT. I don't know how to program things, man. But ChatGPT can help you out with that. Did you buy the frame from a broken car or something? Yes, you could say so. I bought it off a junkyard car. Alright, that's annoying, but I'll have to go and get that guy. Is it an interior of an XC70? Close. It's an interior of a Volvo S60R. I do have 3 TVs. What truck am I driving? I'm driving a Volvo. Obviously. FH. Let me just go ahead and find this fella. Let's see if it's gonna keep spamming. Otherwise, I'll have to ban a person. Thank you, Constantly. Can we use any car? Yes, you can use any car. I made a BMW. I made a Miata once. Yeah, absolutely. ChatGPT is so cool nowadays, man. Am I using any special mods? I'm not. Do you like the 850R dash as well? I love it, man. The 850R was my first ever experience with Volvo, and that was my first Volvo I ever owned. I had a 1995 Volvo 850R, not R. I had an 850 Turbo, not an R. Unfortunately, I didn't have the money for an R. Should get the air suspension. That's a little more involving than it sounds. But I do have vibration here on my seat. What's my wheelbase? It's a Fanatec Club Sports DD. Come on, let me go. Really? Are you just going to stop right here in the middle? I'll have to go around you. Yeah, things are so tight here in Europe. Darn it. So it's the Fanatec Club Sport DD with 12 Newton meters. Pretty good. I like it. I don't know if I would buy it again. I think I would buy Moza if I would start again. But I like it. Thank you for the follow. As we are almost arriving to our first destination here today, I did not miss any turns. Is it too heavy for the base? No, it's actually too light for the base. The Volvo wheel without the airbag and all the heavy stuff in it weighs as much as the Porsche Fanatec wheel, which is the original, and it's made to work with this base. So I have to tone it down. I have to put like 70% of the force, otherwise it's too heavy. Alright, where do you need it, sir? Alright, right there. We're gonna have to park the truck right over there. I think you guys can see the little white blinking there. Hey, 50 Cent. I know what you mean, dude. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Get inside here. We'll have to go around and back up. How many Arduinos did you use? I always forget. I'll count for you in a second. No worries, man. I think that's the goal. It's answering as many questions as people ask. Let me get the Arduino's questions answered. So I do have one Arduino for the climate, one for the telephone here for the mobile part, one for the hazards and the active chassis button. So there's 3. 4 with the stocks. Both use the same Arduino, so the turn signal and the wiper. So that's 4. 5 with the light switch. 6 with the gauge cluster. So 6 Arduinos in total. Yes, sir. Turn signals also work in game and they auto come back. So if I put to the right as I turn and I go back, it'll just go back here. As you can see, I didn't take my hands off the wheel, but it did go back. Where's the cigarette lighter? It's right here. I changed it. So it's just a, now it's a phone charger or a USB input. There's a lot of USB devices, man. Dude, you have no idea. I have like 30. Count everything because the butt kicker, the Philips Hue, everything kind of uses USB. Even that little screen uses an USB because my graphics card has only 4 ports, right? And I'm using 3 for the TVs and 1 for the computer, for the monitor I have behind me. Play, any other games that's not car related. And then that kind of doesn't have one. So I have another little, little USB dongle that acts like a video card. And yeah, so there's a bunch. Too many. My computer kind of goes crazy. I have a USB, card in it to help make it easier. How did I get the wheel on, JC? I have a tutorial on my channel. So if you want to check it out, I go in details on how to do that. How much was the whole setup, Matthew? I forgot to answer your question. So I spent about $300 in car parts and another $400 or so in all the hardware. So wood, metal, carpet, all that kind of stuff. And that's why I'm reversing, because I can look at my rear view mirrors and it's green. Do the buttons on the stereo work? Yes, every single button here works. Everything. I can set the volume up and down, but I'm listening through my headphones, so sound is not coming through the speakers right now. But the CD works, the FM, AM, and the audio input from the computer also works from here. All right, here we are. We park the truck, and we hit comfort here, and that will detach the trailer. How do you get the Apple CarPlay to work, Flip? I also have a tutorial on that on my red app with the play button. So if you go to my channel, you'll find a lot of tutorials, man. I try to teach everybody. I don't gatekeep information at all. I always try to share everything that I know. It's fair. I learned everything from the internet. I might as well just give it back. Stefan, 8,000 RPMs. Yes, that's a Volvo S60R gauge cluster, so it has 8,000 RPMs. I do calibrate with the game, so I can show you what happens, and that's why the RPMs are so high. They're not high, they're just, the needle is higher. Let's just find another job. Oh, look, we got another, hit the long distance one here. So let's find a job. Let's go to the freight market. Thank you guys for the follow. Does the air conditioning work? JM, I don't need the air conditioning. I'm in my home office. So I do have an AC vent blowing air on me. Now the buttons do work. Every single button you see here does work. Are the gauges slow to respond? No, they're pretty fast. Just like in a car. Thank you, Linus. How much did my setup roughly cost you? So breaking in two parts. So one part is what makes a simulator special is the car, right? And making it all work. That was $700. So $300 in car parts, the wood metal carpet, Arduinos, LCD screen, that was another $400, so it gives me $700. Now the rest, the computer, I have a very, very powerful computer. I have 3 TVs, 4K, 120 Hz. I have the Philips Hue, I have the butt kicker, I have a bunch of other peripherals, I have the wheelbase, the shifter, the handbrake, everything. Then it's about $10,000, but you can spend a lot less. Is the odometer connected to the game? Yes, JM. The odometer works just like in real life. It calculates the speed versus time. So if I drive, I don't know, 50 miles an hour for 1 hour, it'll clock 50 miles. And that's, you know, just like in real life. What's the other question? Do you have the brightness turned down? The gauges look pretty dark. Actually, the gauges are pretty bright. And it's at the maximum brightness, everything. The reason why you're not seeing the lights on and very bright is because I have 3 TVs here and I have more lights behind me. Meaning the camera needs to adjust to all this brightness, and everything that's not as bright looks darker. So the lights in the gauge cluster, the lights here are all looking darker, but they're not dark. Do a route where you are at Dover, UK. I can't yet, because I need to choose places where I have, you see the big dots here? Those are places I have driven by. So I can only choose places I've been to, and I can choose places that will go to places that I haven't been. So I will choose now Marseille, that's where I am. And I'll try to find something that takes me farther north. So let's see where I can start going up. Even if it's cheaper, let's see. How do you get all the buttons to work with so many cables? So the buttons kind of, you know, there's a lot of cables here, not cables, wires. But then once you connect with the USB Arduino, it's just an USB. It's not hard. We could take this Montpellier. They're all short trips. Oops, not that one. Mean to do that. Freight market. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, man. Is it compatible out of the box? Yes. Once you make the Arduino, code it as a coded, you know, as a joystick, it'll work out of the box. No, I don't want to go down to Barcelona again. I want to go up. Yeah, I think we're kind of stuck to some locations here, so we'll take the one that was taking me to Marseille. Or this one, this going up north, Port Vecchio. Or let's take Montpellier, and then I can get the city, and then we'll go over from there. Let's see how we can get up. What's the sim hardware do I use? Like the wheelbase, shifter, and pedals. So the wheelbase is a Fanatec Club Sport DD. The Fanatec with 12 Newton meters. The shifter is just a generic shifter underneath the real Volvo Spaceball here. And then the pedals are from Moza, because Moza sent me a kit, and I'm using Moza. Oh, that's awesome, Linus. What kind of S60R do you have? I have a 2005 S60R in black with Nordcap seats. In real life, in my garage. Okay, let's go. How did I get the Apple CarPlay not in a car jack? So this is a SimHub dashboard. And I do have a tutorial on my red app with the play button. You can find the tutorial, and that will teach you and give you the link to download that. It's free for everyone. The game doesn't really have a use for AC buttons. The numpad on dash, did you reprogram those? Yes, I did, Milan. Very well noted. So if I click 6, for instance, I can look to the right. If I click 5, it goes back to center. If I click air recirculation, it goes to another camera, and another camera, and another camera. And I can click advanced to go back to the cockpit. I can click the hazards to work as hazards. The stock will do wiper things. If I click auto here, it'll change the transmission to automatic. My dad drives here sometimes, and he likes automatic. I can click on the temperature here and just move around with the camera anywhere I want quickly. And then I also have the possibility of lowering and raising my window. So if I click here, you'll see here now. I'm gonna move to the left. Let me stop here for a second. Let's just pass this red light so it doesn't get, like, you see the window there. If I click, there you go. Window down, window up. What kind of PC specs do I have? So they're a bit of overkill, I know, but I do have a lot going on, especially with the triple 4K setup. So I'm running a 4090 with a 9950X 3D. So pretty much the best processor one can buy today, with the second best graphics card. It was the best when I bought it, but I don't see the real reason why I would change from the 4090 to a 5090 right now. So yeah. Do the blinkers work? Yes, they do. I just use the stock. You can't see there because you're on TikTok, but if you go to the red app with the play button, or the purple app, you can see in widescreen. You can see the three TVs. You can see the stock here. So to the 5 fellas on the red app with the play button, you guys are seeing the full view. Why do I set first all the time? I don't set off first. It's the third, fourth, and second. I just go down sometimes. And I have a 6-speed manual transmission here, so it kind of skips 2. So it's always 2 by 2. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 12. Do I also play other games? Yes, I do. I play Assetto Corsa, BeamNG, iRacing, but most of the sim racing stuff I play offline because I can't talk to you guys, and I like, if I'm live streaming, I like to talk to you guys. I like to answer questions, do all the good stuff. So see, I put 3rd gear and it's on 5th gear. Is this a game? Whoa, yes it is. There we go. How much does this cost in Naira? I don't know, man. Yeah, I have a split gear. what I'll do is what I did in American Truck Simulator, Will, where I changed the gearbox in the truck in the game to a 6-speed transmission, so it's just smoother. You know, I don't keep skipping gears and that kind of stuff. In dollars, okay, so it's about $700, $300 in car parts, and another $400 in electronics. Thank you for the follow, guys. Where am I from? I'm from Brazil, man, and I live in Florida, Central Florida, near Tampa. Is that an original cluster? Yes, it is. From a Volvo S60R. So we're coming here to get a trailer. We're gonna get some cargo. And then we're gonna take to another place in France. I'm trying to move up north. And let's get here. Freight market. Alright, so we're going to this place here, which is in Montpellier, Nice. Can I go farther north? I want to go north. Yeah, no, let's go to Montpellier and then we'll go somewhere else. There, big job. How did I make all the buttons work? Arduinos, my friend. Arduinos are the answer to most of your questions. Nice. Yeah. Euro Truck Simulator is a fun game, man. So tell him to watch my tutorial on my channel. Why don't I take the license and earn money driving a real truck? Because I would earn a lot less money than I do right now working from home. I have an office job. I am an executive and I work from home. And I can just play driving trucks. I don't have to drive real trucks. Play. Like telling a Call of Duty player, why doesn't he go to the military? No, it does not. License and registration. Alright, let's get going. Thank you, Theo. Thank you, 58943N. Is that a tail number? 58943 November. Well, it's a truck game, so it's not the same. No, it looks like a tail number. How much steering rotation am I using? 900. I think it's automatic. Depends on the truck I'm driving and on the game, but usually it's over 1,000 degrees. What clusters are easy to hack? None, man. They're all the same. Yeah, well, analog ones you don't need to hack. Just need to connect. Hack, you need to hack into the ones with CAN bus. Then you need to go into a car, sniff the CAN bus data, sort out the codes, and then code. Nope, never had any problems with my rigs. Thank you, Davey. One question, do you play other car truck games since the steering wheel and so looks like a car? Yes, I do. I play Assetto Corsa, iRacing, BeamNG. I used to play exclusively cars. I started playing trucks actually quite recently, and I enjoy playing, especially with live streaming. What's my sensitivity on the steering wheel? I don't know. That's not even a setting, is it? I do have 12 Newton meters, if that's what you're asking, the force of the steering wheel. Do I have a light for empty tank on the dashboard? Yes, I do. Once the fuel, this is the fuel gauge, gets too low, it's gonna light up the low fuel light. Thank you, Wilson, Nobody, and Denzel. So we can only drive at 30 miles an hour here. So let's keep within the speed limit. Does anybody know what that triangle, red triangle means here in France? Oh, no, I don't know. I just use the default ones. Thought this guy was turning. These roundabouts are too complicated. That guy just jumped in front of me. It's my... You should have yielded to me. Yield. But one thing I gotta say, driving in Europe here in the simulator, it's pretty. And it reminds me a lot of Brazil. Thank you, Max. Thank you, Dade. I know, no, the red triangle, yes, the yellow one. It wasn't a triangle, it was just like, I'm not good with shapes. It's not the triangle, it's like, you know, like two triangles. It was yellow. You want it for your V70? Dude, yeah, this baseball came from my S60R. I found a brand new from Volvo Spaceball, and I put in my real car, and then I downgraded the car one, or upgraded it, depends on how you look at it, to my simulator. Thank you, Walter. Thank you, Smithy, and right away. Are we still talking about this one? Not this one, I'm talking about the yellow one. I know that one is yield, so the person who's there has a right of way. The same here in the United States and in Brazil. Fluffy, what's the steering wheel? It's underneath there's a Fanatec Club Sports DD. When are you traveling on Route 66? So I usually play American Truck Simulator. I've been trying out a little bit of ETS because a lot of people have asked me. That means main road. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Thank you, Sil. Is my airbag lightened? Yeah, no. It's not even here anymore. Alright, we're back. Sorry. I had to take a phone call. Did you know ETS has adaptive cruise control? Yes, but mine is off. I just have the cruise control button enabled, so I can do the cruise control. But if I don't fix the speed, it's gonna crash. My RTI doesn't work. Gonna program a Pi and a CarPlay instead. That's exactly what I did, Razor Raptor, on my real car. So I replaced the box, the DVD box in the trunk, with a Raspberry Pi. And my Raspberry Pi is inside a 3D printed box, and I have a CarPlay dongle but you'll need to change the LCD screen there, because the original one is a very low resolution, and it's much easier if you buy. There's an LCD called AT64. I forget the name now. It's a lot of numbers, but it's exactly the same size. It's the same screen I'm using here, but I'm using it in my real car as well. I highly recommend. And then you can put touchscreen. You can work with touchscreen as well. Yeah, you should take the airbag out for sure. How's the that heated seat, sir? Yeah, it's not the heating seat anymore. So this controls the window. So the light will come on and off, but I just opened the window. I don't know if you heard. Let me turn the window here. If I put the defrost, now it's gonna go up. I'm in Florida, man. I don't need car seat heater. Hey, Kill Switch, how you doing, man? Thank you for, I just saw it. Thank you for the heart me, man. Oh, you asked about the rev gauge. Sorry, I do remember some people, but I don't remember all the users that come by the live stream. Nice, yeah, I do have TVs here, man. Not monitors, but I can highly recommend. I like this TCL. It's a TCL 4K with 120 Hertz. They work pretty well, man. Yes, sir, our dashboard. Thank you, Bones. Thank you, man. 56, so I gotta slow down just a little bit. Am I right? Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, 65 is pretty big. The only reason why I went with 65-inch is that my dashboard here is 54 inches long, you know, wide, and the only TV that would actually fit the whole thing was a 65-inch TV. Otherwise, I would have to cut right here, and I missed the passenger seat. How many miles have I put on the cluster? Oh man, I wish I knew from the start. You see, I only fixed the odometer this year. So I got this gauge cluster with 98,000 miles on it. I'm at 111, so you might just go, okay, so it's about 13,000 miles. But unfortunately, I drove for like a year and a half, 2 years, without the odometer working. So I don't know. I probably put twice as much. How much did it cost to build? So it didn't cost a lot to build. I paid about $300 in car parts and another $400 in electronics. And I just noticed that my TikTok, I hate that. It detects, I'll be right back. It detects that I'm not there. Thinks I'm not there, and it stops. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, my TikTok live stream just fell to the ground. They have this stupid thing that after an hour, it will automatically detect inactivity, and then it will ask you to complete a CAPTCHA to prove you're there. But I'm not on that computer. That's a streaming computer, and that's far away from me, so I don't see that notification. And so it just shuts down the live stream. I know it's meant to prevent people from just live streaming nothing, but come on, make it a little longer. After 2 hours maybe, I don't know. But you guys are here on the red app with the play button on YouTube. All right. So if you're joining back from TikTok, just know TikTok has this weird thing that it will kill the live stream if it detects inactivity. And if I'm not on the computer, which I'm not, I'm streaming on one computer and I'm live streaming through another, it will just kill the live stream. That's very ridiculous. Does the AC work? All the buttons do work, yes sir. I don't have air coming through them because I don't need it. I am in my home office, which has air conditioning, meaning I do have an air conditioning blowing air on me right now. So it'd be more like a party trick than something I really need. Hey Samantha, good afternoon. I am in France right now. Not that far from you. In game at least. Real life I'm here in America. America. Can you rev the truck? I'm driving the truck. Thank you, Samog. From which car is the interior? It's from a Volvo S60R. Thank you, Christian. Where you can download this game, you can find it on Steam. I think it's still on sale. I think it was like $4.99. How much did your setup cost, Russians? So it was about $300 in car parts and another $400 or so in hardware, electronics, you know, all that kind of stuff. Arduinos, LCD screen. A lot less than people usually think. Can you drift the truck? I don't think so, John. I have a trailer here with me. Hello, Matu. Am I going too fast? 56 miles an hour. That's the speed limit, and I'm doing like about 60. Gotta slow down. Hey, Bradley Dubs. Thank you, AM, for the follow. Hello, how to get this camera POV? Right, so that's a good question. Nobody ever asked me that, but I do have an answer for you. So you gotta search on Google, and you gotta find there's a Google sheet that will help you calculate. It's in one of those American Euro Truck Simulator forums. You gotta find like how to calculate your FOV on ETS 2 and type maybe Google Sheet along with it, and you measure everything. You measure where you are in relation to the screen, the side, you know, up and down, the distance between the other TVs, because I do have triple TVs here. When you calculate, put all those measurements, it'll calculate and give you a text file that you just input into your multi-monitor.ini file, and that will give you the point of view. Hey, Free My Bro, how you doing, man? have the Volvo XC60 2008. Nice, man. That's a great car. First generation. The interior looks like a C30. Yeah, it kind of reminds you. I mean, it's from the same era-ish, but it's a little bit different. Is it a red light here? I don't... Yeah. In the US, the traffic lights are across the street. I don't know why they do that here. They do the same thing in Brazil. Okay, now it's green. Assuming, because the AI is all moving around. How much did the setup cost, Jay? So it was about $300 in car parts and another $400 or so in hardwares with Arduinos, LCD screen, all the, you know, electronics to make the car part work. That was about $400. It's a lot less than people usually think. And this is where we're gonna deliver it at car 4. I don't know if those are real names. I don't think so. IKEA is just IKA. You wanna get the blue gauge clusters? Oh man, just stay tuned on eBay. Sometimes it'll come. The only problem you'll have is that I would recommend you just open up the cluster. It's not hard. Open up the cluster, remove your dials and the back of the blue part, you know, the new one, and put into your own gauge cluster, because otherwise you'll have all kinds of issues with the mileage and whatnot. Is it hard to install this setup, Matu? It's not hard, it's just a lot of work. But I am making tutorials on the red app with the play button. Okay, so we're gonna park here. That's gonna be a little bit harder because it's right there, so we'll try to just go around and go back in again. Close to here. That's a good thing about European trucks, is they don't have the hood, so it's a little easier to move, like closer to walls. You don't have to use the space ball, man. I love the space ball shifter, but you can do this with, like, you know, a regular leather boot, if that's your thing. So if that's not your thing, you can go with a leather boot. I think there's some T5 that came with leather manual transmissions. Pretty close. Gotta go forward again. Let's just go a little more. Oh, it's actually green. I think ETS is more forgiving when you're parking. We'll just go, I want to park straight. I don't want to have it like all crooked. It was green. I don't know why. Shouldn't. Thank you, Joe Torres, for the follow, man. Thank you, man. There we go. Now it's straight-ish. There we go. That's where we parked. Not too bad. So let's put the parking brake on and let's get this trailer detached. Hey, thank you, Meta. Thank you, man. Did you like the tutorial? I hope you build one. There's a lot of people, not a lot. I've known at least 4 people now that built simulators using my tutorial, and I think that's amazing. That's so inspiring. I mean, that gives me so much motivation. That one frog, how long did it take to build? It's hard to tell you exactly how long. It took about 3 weekends for the first version, but I've been working on this for like 3 years now, man. So it's not fair to say like did in 3 weekends. So you're on a Volvo S60R interior, but driving a massive truck. Yes, I am. Because I can. I can drive any car. That's the advantage of a simulator, right? Is that a S60R? Yes, it is. All right, so let's go up north. Montpellier. Let's see if we can... Oh, Switzerland. Nice. First, more up north. So, and it's paying quite well. We might take this one. Oh, but wait a minute. Oh, right. It's from Montpellier. Perfect. We'll take this one. I'm not even going to browse around. So let's go. Nice. We're gonna get to know Switzerland. Oh, parking brake. Let's go. Let's go to Switzerland. I only landed there once on my way to Russia, so that's fun. I landed in Zurich. Thank you, Olive Junk. Olive Junk. Sorry. Butchering names is my specialty. Hey, you stay right there, sir. Thank you, Alex. Whoa. That's a curb, guys. Just making sure you guys are paying attention. Mercedes-Benz. Thank you, man. How long did it take up to build? I mean, like I was saying, like somebody just asked me that question a few minutes ago, but it's unfair if I say it took 3 weekends, because that's what it took to build the first version. Because I've been working on it like for the past 3 years, like, you know, small increments and doing things to improve. But I'd say if you would start today and follow my tutorial, you will be able to build one. And, you know, like if you, let's say, work days, like a whole day working on it, like 4 or 5 days, you'll be able to build one. Milos, you can't believe I did this to a Spaceball. What did I do to a Spaceball? I bought a brand new one for my car and put my cars here? Yes, absolutely. My real car has also a Spaceball. It's in the garage, perfectly fine with that Spaceball, brand new, that I found from Volvo. And you wouldn't believe, I paid like $50 for a brand new Spaceball trim. That was a find, dude. I have a full car in my room. Not a full car, it's just the interior, just the front part of it. If you check my videos, you'll see what I mean about it. Thank you, Alex. Do you had drive in Sweden? I never drove in Sweden, my friend. Where is it? Oh, right there. Yes, I do. I actually drive 3 S60s, but only one S60R. I have the 2005 S60R with the Spaceball in black with Nordcat. That's my combo. And I also have the RTI on mine. And I have two other Volvos S60. I have a 2020 Volvo S60 T5 and I have a 2022 S60 T8. RVHMD, how much would that whole thing cost? So the whole thing is not fair because you can spend a lot less or a lot more. I did spend about $700 in what makes the simulator special, which is $300 for car parts and another $400 or so in hardware, Arduinos, LCD screen, that kind of stuff, metal, carpet, wood, all that. So it's about $700. Now, how much I spent in the whole simulator? Well, I have triple 4K TVs. I have a bunch of stuff here, a very powerful computer to run all of this. So I spent about $10,000. Yes, it is, Milos. The Spaceball is, I think it looks amazing. It is a lot of fun, Serbian. We're going to Switzerland. I'm excited. Haven't been up north here in Europe yet. We've been just going back and forth in France and Spain. Thank you, Victor. Thank you, Serbian, for the follow. Gotta go wide here, so otherwise we don't catch the trailer here. What wheelbase am I using, Georgie? I am using a Fanatec Club Sport DD with 12 Newton meters. Oh yeah, I love BeamNG, man. I don't think it's boring, but ETS boring, but you know, you do you. But I play BeamNG. I play Assetto Corsa, iRacing, Assetto Corsa Competizione. I like all kind of races, man. Does the radio and like everything works? Yes, every single thing you see here works. I can press any button and they will do button things, like any button. And the radio as well, but the radio is not playing right now because I have the sound coming through my headphones. Do you stream those? I do sometimes, not all the times, because the thing is, if I'm racing on a racetrack, I can't read the chat, and I don't like to listen to the comments. You know, those voice to text things, I don't like that. So I can't talk to you guys, and that's boring. That's real boring, because I like to talk to you guys. I like to explain when you ask me, like, how do you do those things? How do you get those things to work? And I like to share. That's the reason why I'm here, because I'd be playing anyways, and I do play BeamNG a lot, especially at night. And I said, of course, I love No Hesi. I do stream No Hesi every now and then. Can you beep? I think I forgot to set the horn here. Yes, I forgot. I gotta do that. I forgot to do that. Because this is this third day I'm playing ETS. I usually play ATS, the American Truck Simulator. And everybody has been asking me, oh, you should play ETS, you should play ETS. So I downloaded it, and here I am, on my way to Switzerland. Hey, JM! Did you notice I made you a moderator now? You have moderator powers. How did I make the gauges work? So the gauges work with Arduinos, with one Arduino, Uno, and a CAN bus shield, and then it connects to SimHub on the computer. Oh, you always help, man. Mushi, if you would love something like this, I highly recommend you check out my tutorial. I have a tutorial on my channel that will give you step-by-step instructions on how to do this. Ooh. I always stop short of the hood. Like I'm still driving an American truck. Yes sir. Especially the gauges. They need Arduinos. Yeah, it's not easy to mod gauges. You don't necessarily mod them. They're still like functional. If I would put this in a car, it would still work. You read the codes, that's what you do, and then you send codes to it. So the gauge cluster thinks that I am driving a real car. The gauge cluster thinks that the computer in the car is still sending information to the gauge cluster. Unlike the climate control, the phone module, all the other buttons here, those will not work anymore in a car because I gutted part of the ECB interior of all of them. So if I plug them in the car, they won't work. But they work here now. They have a new life. Arduinos are with A. Arduinos. My accent might be making it harder for you to understand. Really? No, I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna crash. Dude, I missed the turn again. My goal is to put a real dash. How hard was it? It's not that hard. Let me just see if there's somebody behind me. Yeah, there's a bunch of people behind me. Let's just reload the last saved game. What time is it? 9:12. Let's see, when was the last one? 9:12. Let's show autosave. It's like minutes ago. We'll try to back up anyways. I mean, that way. Yes, there is I wouldn't call it a multiplier, but it's calibrated. So it's calibrated to whatever the max RPMs in the game is. So say I am driving and I'm going crazy. Crashing the cool fence, okay. Yeah, but I was still gonna do that. So say I am driving a car that goes to 2,000 RPMs, which is this case here. This is a truck that goes 2,000 RPMs. I can just casually just reverse on a highway here in France. And all right. So 2,000 means 7,500, essentially. That's what it means. It's so much harder to reverse European trucks. I don't know why. American truck seems to be more responsive. Oops. I hope I'm not damaging my trailer. There we go. That's enough. I did pin. I can't put like explicitly there because TikTok is very jealous. I can't even say the name of the platform. Yeah, I mean, I thought about it, JM. I just think it's a lot of work. A lot more work. I forgot to turn on my wipers. But we made it. Oh, don't worry. I'm used to answering like a few times the same thing. So what was your question? Sorry to answer your repeat. What parts would you work? So the gauge cluster is like 100% original. It's understanding CAN bus language right now. So that's how you get the gauge cluster to work. Now for the other buttons, every button you see on the car, those are Arduinos now. So those don't work anymore. Oh no, actually, there's two buttons that will still work because I didn't have to gut them. The hazard lights, the comfort, sport, and advanced, and also the wiper stocks. Those would still work on a real car. Purple app. Yes, I'm on the purple app as well. How much is this? So I spent about $700 in what makes the simulator special, which is the car. $300 in car parts. And another $400 in electronics and hardware, Arduino, carpet, that kind of stuff. I'll look into this, JM, because a lot of people ask me about Discord, and, I thought about this. Where did I get the steering wheel from? From a Volvo. Volvo S60R. Oh yeah, I know. I call that the purple app. There's the red app with the play button. That's how I say it. Which I'm also streaming right now. And the TikTok, which, you know, the other platforms are not that bad. So I think I can say TikTok safely. Maybe the purple one is a little bit, you know. But I noticed that if I say the names here on TikTok, it will definitely limit my live stream if I say the other names. It's ridiculous. Like, it will right away fall from 100, 200 people watching to 10. Am I in a cab, a lorry cab? No, I'm in a Volvo S60R interior in my home office. So if you look at my videos on my channel, you'll understand. Now, all of this is hooked onto like an 80-20 rig. No, it's all wood. Just wood. Actually, Joey, you're on the red app with the play button, and it's pretty easy for you to find the tutorial, and you can see exactly how you built this. Thank you for the follow. 2008. Yes, they are, man. Sometimes I slip my tongue and I say the names, and it's incredible. But you see the limitation right away. Like, it will just nosedive the live stream. Batmobile. How much did it cost? So about $300 in car parts and another $400 or so in hardware. So Arduino, electronics, wood, metal, carpet. Thank you, JM. Yes, you can. Just click on my profile there, Dylan, and look at the other videos. It'll bring you back here. Why are you guys slowing down so much? I'm traveling to Switzerland right now. Nice, thank you, Joey. Have a great day, man. Is the AC really blowing air? No, it's not. I don't need it to blow air, man. I'm in my home office. What is the truck? Is the FH420? Let me just... There. That's the truck. How's New Zealand? I don't know. Why I haven't installed a driver's door? I didn't want to compress myself into, like, you know, a real enclosed base. It doesn't add that much to immersion, and it just becomes more clunky, you know, like less friendly. So I just decided not to. And, you know, like, happy wife, happy life. My wife is happy with this. She's not complaining. So if I start adding too much, she might complain. So let's not do that. Okay. Here. Or there. Nope. There. These maps are ridiculous. Like, it's not even clear where I should go. I need to get my ways back. How many gears? I have 6 gears in the physical transmission here, and in the game I have 12. Yeah, it's the second time I'm doing that M57. But I'm not taking the wrong exit anymore. Thank you, JM. Is it 100? No. 56 miles an hour. That's the speed limit, and the rain is pretty hard now. As I'm already over the speed limit here. Dijon. So we're going all the way to Switzerland. What's the maximum speed in this truck? I don't know, I never tried. In the American Truck Simulator, I was able to get about 140 kilometers an hour with the Volvo there. But I haven't tried here yet. I can't, man. The speed limit is literally 56 miles an hour, so I think I have to turn here. Yeah. And here. Yes. Thank God. I'm gonna go super slow from now on those. Well, I do care about the speed limit. I'm trying to earn money in the game, dude. I just started this career here in ETS, so I want to earn some money. And if I get speed tickets, you know, that'll kind of destroy it. Of course you do. They give you tickets. Jordan, I didn't make the move. I'm just trying out. I like it so far. I do prefer American Truck Simulator for one reason. The speed limits are higher. Like 70 kilometers an hour? Dude, that's nothing. Like 43 miles an hour on the highway? Like 40 is like the speed limit in a, I don't know, residential area here in the US. Yes, I do have cruise control here in the truck. It does have cruise control. It helps me avoid some tickets sometimes. But like 110 kilometers an hour, that's the same speed limit we have in roads in Brazil. I was born in Brazil and I was raised there. So I'm familiar with the speed limits there. Not in Europe. I've never been to, you know, driving in Europe. Do you use a VR? No, man, I don't. I have a VR headset, but I find those things really claustrophobic and heavy, and it gets me nausea after a few minutes playing it. Thank you, Jordan. Well, have a good work, man. Oh, the rain stopped just like all of a sudden. Does trucker in real life get paid well? Because when I grow, I want to be a truck driver. Amar, I don't know, to be honest with you. I think they do. I don't think they can become rich, but I think it pays, you know, well, it sustains family, and that's what matters. And it's a very, you know, nice, noble job. But I don't know. I must say, I'm not sure how much you'd earn. Do I recommend buying one? I do recommend, if you don't play for too long, like any over an hour session will get heavy. It doesn't matter how they say, oh, it's a light VR headset. You're going to spend a lot of money on a lighter VR headset, and still after 1 hour, 2 hours, you'll get like this heavy sensation in your head, and it's going to get hot. Doesn't matter what brand you're talking about. Second, some people have motion sickness. I do. So I can't stand, you know, any, like, I can play VR if it's not like driving or flying. Like, for instance, I can play some shooting games, but anything that moves my head and then I have to like move in the game, that's a big no. My brain goes like boom and explodes. I just can't. I've heard about it, you know, the more you do it, the less nauseous you get, but I can't get over the first part. So And I prefer to have like triple TVs here. They give me 180 degree of view. I have the buttons I can press, you know. B70R setup, yeah, you could say so. It came from an S60R, but the interior is the same. Yeah, and if you have like the resistance, you know, like if you can play and don't get motion sickness, I think it's a great option. I always stop short. Funny. I always think that there's a hood in front of me. Sunkeg, how'd you get this set up? So I got it from a junkyard. I bought the parts and I built it in my house, essentially. And I do have a tutorial on my channel. Hey RM, how you doing? Is it quiet there on the purple app? I think I've only had like a couple messages about an hour ago. What are you guys doing? Thank you, man. Thank you, FIFA World Cup. Oh, trucks. Go this way. I am going to Switzerland right now. There's 2 lanes, so. What, passport control? Oh, border checkpoint. Nice. Checking documents. Everything is in order. Have a nice journey. Thank you, Stripes and Jammy, for the follow. Thank you guys who have been following. I really appreciate you guys. Sometimes I get like focused to your driving and I forget to thank you guys for following and subscribing. It's, you know, because of you guys that I'm here live streaming. Yes, I do. It's pretty old right now, right? Oh, we're in Switzerland already. I see Lausanne. And Geneva. I noticed. That's why I bought it. It was at 75% off. Alright, so where do I go? Right. I think it's right and then left. Yes. Being extra careful, because these road signs are not very good. Is that a Volvo S80 interior? Yes, thank you, JM. And S60R. It's very similar to the S80. I understand why one would make that assumption. Even the gauge cluster is the same. Exactly the same. Oh, nice. So I might have it. Have some traffic jam here on the road? What's going on here? Hey guys. Oh, we have an accident. Alright, sorry guys. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you for the follow. We're pretty close to our destination right now. It's our first time here in Switzerland. Grebo Bago. So how does it interface? With Arduinos, man. A bunch of Arduinos. So the gauge cluster works with an Arduino Uno and a CAN bus shield. While the... let me check back here. I gotta take the exit. So while the other buttons, like, it's just Arduinos with no CAN bus integration. All right. I think we still got to turn. No, go straight and turn. Yes, sir, CAN bus. So you got to find a CAN bus IDs and codes to get all the gauge cluster information working. And then you need to program it into the Arduino, and then SimHub will do the other part, which is fetching the gain data and sending it over to the Arduino. That will kind of translate the language from ones and zeros to CAN bus language, which is another ones and zeros but different type. You know what I mean. Oh, is it cheaper? I'll need fuel soon. Where do you need it? All right, right there. So that's where they need it. So right there, let me show you guys. That's where I need to park. Where that white is glowing. You guys can see the white, yes. All right, so let's park the truck. So I think what we're going to do, we're gonna go there, very wide turn, so we can kind of back in straight-ish. Does it also work in other games like BeamNG? Yes, it does, man. It works with any modern sim racing. Anything that works with SimHub, this simulator will work fully functional. It's gonna be working. Everything is gonna be working. Gauges, buttons, everything. I think I just gotta go a little bit forward, and then I can kind of almost back in straight. Not a bad parking. A little more, and it's green. Are the odometer miles accurate? Yes, sir. They are accurate. So the odometer is showing like real life miles, not the game miles, because the game is compressed. Like 20-1, I don't know exactly here for a Euro Truck Simulator, but for American Truck Simulator, it's 20-1. Am I driving a real vehicle? No, sir, I am not. Unless the real vehicle is a weird combination of a Volvo car interior and a truck interior, which we're gonna unload the cargo right now. We just click come. Hey, JD, how you doing, man? And thank you guys who are hitting that follow button. Thank you, Poe. Yes, that's the inside. All right, so we're almost at level 6. I started on Monday, and yeah, that's not bad. I want to stop to a service center, but let's see if we can find a job that will take us to a different country, because now we kind of explored all the white dots here. So we've been to Spain, Barcelona, Valencia, Albacete, and then we've been in Italy here in Sassari, Olbia, and Cagliari. We've been here at the southern, the tip of the boot of Italy, and now we're here in Switzerland. So the way the game works, I can only visit places or start missions or cargoes where I've been before. So we're choosing here Switzerland, and let's see. So we can go to Strasbourg, France, Milan in Italy. Those are new places. Turin, Dijon, Stuttgart, in Germany. That's fun. I think we should go to Germany, guys. Not paying that well. You know what we'll do is we'll take this high-paying job here that will take us to Strasbourg in France, and then from there we'll see if we can find something in Germany. Have I driven through Paris yet? I did not. So Paris is where in the center here. I'm not good with geography. And where's Paris? Lyon, Saint Laurent, Le Mans, Paris, right there. So no, I haven't been there. The bush. Oh man, we almost broke a record, and because of you, we just resetted it. Man, an hour and 47 minutes. That's the longest it ever taken for somebody to tell me to go buy a car. I have 4 cars, and a simulator is not like a car. It's a simulator, dude, unless, maybe, you don't understand somehow. But yeah. Yeah, we got the bell for him. Thank you, Alexander. All right, so we'll go to... let's set up the GPS destination. Do I have money? How much money do I have? Oops, I changed the music. I meant to... 40,000 euros. That's not too bad. What display am I using? I have 3 TVs that are 4K and 120 hertz. Alright, so let's go get that trailer. Is this a real car? No, it's a real interior of a car. Am I on Truckers MP? No, I am not. Oh, that's not the exit. This way. Don't mind me driving. I'm lost. How did you set it up, M18? So there's a tutorial on my channel. But essentially it's a car interior that I pulled from a junkyard and I built in my home office. Going too fast. 37 miles an hour. Oh, now it's 100, so we can go about 60, 50. Thank you, M18. Thank you, man. We'll try to find a service center, a dealership or some sort, and maybe modify the car a little, the truck. I mean, force a habit. Come on, 50. Why do they have such low speed limits here in Europe? That's the only thing. If I ever go back to American Truck Simulator, please know that I will do that because the speed limits are very low here in Europe. We're going towards France, so we got to take a left. Oh, that's the only place we can go. Thank you, M18. Thank you. Wait. Which way is the right way? That way. Because if I go that way, it keeps turning. Going through the Alps? Yeah, I want to explore now the map. I just might turn off the tickets so I can drive fast. Am I able to drive a car in this game? I think there's mods for this, M18. But I think they still drive like cars. I've heard that the developer is making like an official change to the game to allow people to drive cars, so I will test that when that comes out. What graphics card do I use, Grebo Vego? I use a 4090. I agree, that would be super cool. Oh, you can't turn right on the red light. That's another one. Why wouldn't you be able to do that? It's actually not overkill, RM. And to prove the point, well, let me rephrase it. It's not overkill because I do have triple TVs here running 4K. So that is why it's not overkill. Even with 4K, 3 TVs running 4K, this game runs at about 80 to 90 FPS. So, you know. Hey, JD, thank you. Thank you for finding it, man. I need some people there. There's tumbleweeds rolling there most of the time. Oh, I'm sure it runs, but it wouldn't be able to run 4K in your graphics card. So, yeah, I have 3 TVs at 4K. So that is the only reason why it's not overkill. So much so that I can't even stream through this computer. I have to use a second computer for live streaming. All right, let's go. Where is the trailer? I think it's up ahead, right there. I'm rich, JD Craft. I have a wife and a beautiful daughter. That makes me the richest man in the world. For all the other stuff, I work a lot for it. I wouldn't call myself rich. I would call myself crazy sometimes. Whoa, that's heavy.
Well, this baby hits 88 miles an hour. You're gonna see some serious shit.
Oop. I stalled the truck, see? D-kids, that's what happens when you don't press the clutch. Or you don't release the clutch in the right way. Alright, and we're ready to attack. There we go. We're going to take that machinery. Comfort. We got it. Go back inside the truck and let's get going. We're going to France now. I don't think we're going to be able to arrive there. I'm going to have to end the live stream earlier. So, you know what? I will find a dealership and we'll finish the live stream. Just doing some changes. Oh, look at that. Isn't that convenient? There's one right here. Oops. Is that a V70 interior? Yes. Technically, yes, but it came from an S60. The thing is, the V70 and the S60s have the very same interior. The only thing that changes from the V70 and the S60 is the rear seat. So there's a little bit difference there in the rear seat. The rear seats from a Volvo V70 will not work. Oops. Sorry, dude. There's some guy coming here. I didn't see him. Yeah, so the rear seat's not gonna work. If you bring one from the V70 and try to put it on the S60, it's not gonna work. But everything else will. They're interchangeable. Thank you for the follow, guys. I see you guys following, and I really, really appreciate you guys following and subscribing, because I also see you guys when you subscribe. All of you watching on the vertical on the red app with the play button, although there's nobody on the widescreen. I don't know why widescreen's not that popular. Well, thank you, JD. Thank you, man. Thank you, Quick Draw. I appreciate it, man. We're gonna stop at a dealership. We're gonna do, let's see if we can buy the transmission. I'm really eager to buy the 6-speed transmission for the truck, because otherwise it just have a range and I have to skip gears, and I don't like that. Do all buttons work? Yes, they do. All of them. I'm just pressing a few just so you can see, but yes. Oh, look, it's a Mercedes dealership. Where's the entrance? Oh, right there. I remember there's a TV ad in Brazil. The guy would sing, like, it was a car, Mercedes ad, and he was saying, like, oh, I have a Mercedes Benz. That was so corny. Thank you for the follow, man. Alright, so let's see what we can do in the truck configurator, because now we have a little bit more money. We don't have a lot of money, but we can try to improve it a little bit, right? So let's see on the cabin side. Ah, man, I still need to go to level 8. Improve here. See here. Level 8. I think that's when things are going to start getting better. Level 8. Or level 6 here for this transmission here. This is another engine. This is the same horsepower, so it doesn't make any difference. I'm not going to spend money on that. 12 speed. Level 10? 15? Oh, man. We got to eat some grass here. Get things improved. That looks pretty plain. Very sad. Very sad interior. Paint job. We're not going to spend money on that. Let's see if I can improve the wheels, at least. That's the tire. There's the wheel. See you later, man. What do I do for work in the real world? I work with market research. I have an office job, a home office, in fact, that I will start working in a few minutes. Absolute Fury Chrome. Nah, that's just... No nice wheels are available still. Those are all just standard iron metal wheels. Let's see what else. Let's see if I can change. Oh, can I put the bull bar? Those are ridiculous. No, I don't want to pay for that. I'm not going to confirm any order. Okay. That's the plastic. That's the stock. Stock is better as black. Driver, standard plate. No. Yeah. Nothing nice. We need to get better at little levels so we can start doing cool stuff here. Yeah. Everything is just pretty much stock. So we'll come back when we have more money. All right, fellas. I think that'll be it for today. We are just about time here, and I really appreciate you guys watching and following. Do you want to cancel? Yes, I do. I do appreciate you guys following and subscribing and doing all the good stuff. Yeah, I will be back tomorrow. Today is what, Wednesday, right? So yeah, I usually live stream during weekdays from 8-ish a.m. till 9:30-ish, near 10 a.m. I'd say now. And I'd love to see you guys again. So if you're not following, hit the follow button before I turn off. I'm gonna end the live stream in just a couple minutes. I usually have to go to my other computer to end it, so you still have time. If you want to check out how I built this, you have my tutorial on my profile, so you can check it out. It's on the red app with the play button. My username is the same there. So if you're on the red app with the play button and want to see my tutorial, you're just a click away. If you're on the purple app, hit the follow button before I go. Just that helps a lot. There's usually tumbleweed rolling here. I want to grow a little bit more. And if you're on TikTok, thank you guys. You always show up for the live streams, and I appreciate that. They're broken? Oh, I'll check that out. I will check it. Thank you, man. Thank you for letting me know. Well, guys, have an awesome day. I hope to see you guys really soon tomorrow. And have an amazing day. Bye.